get serious about that. In this text, it's chiding us. You know what? I don't know that you're fighting this as hard as you should be. So right now, I want you to think of the sin that so easily trips you up in the last year, and let's think about next year and say, I'm gonna work to have this trip me up a whole lot less, because I'm gonna fight this thing, and I'm gonna go to war against this. Now, here's a great passage to jot down, Romans chapter 14, verses 11 through 14. And the last verse, it culminates, a great passage to read if I had time, but the last verse finally says something that is so practical, and you need to put this into practice in your own life. If you're gonna fight sin, you gotta fight the things that lead you into sin. Jesus says that in Matthew, right? Matthew 18. There's a lot of things that bring people to sin, that tempt. Woe to those through whom they come. The world's gonna be full of temptations to sin. Those I like to see as the off-ramps, right? You're going down the highway here of righteousness. You're running in the way of his commands, as Psalm 119 says, and here comes an off-ramp to sin. And I need to say, I don't want to take that off-ramp. Well, it's the off-ramp itself that's the problem, not just where the off-ramp goes. And in verse 14 of Romans 14, it says, don't make any provisions for the flesh. If I admitted to you tonight, one of the real bad sin problems your pastor has is every time my neighbor gets a new cat, I look out the window, I see it, I take my rifle, and I shoot it. I killed my neighbor's cat every time he gets a new one. And I feel bad about it. I feel guilty about it. I don't think it's Christ-like. I don't think it's godly. I'd like to live up to my namesake, to be holy like God is, and you just got to help me. You got to help me not shoot my neighbor's cat, okay? And I hope you would say, well, I hope you wouldn't say this. Let's say, and this is how people sometimes are, well, you know what? If it's like 11:30 at night and you got your rifle there shouldered up to your cheek and you're about to pull the trigger, just call me. Call me, and I'll try to talk you off the ledge of shooting your neighbor's cat. I think you'd have some other remedies. It'd just be logical that would come to mind, right? To think of David and Bathsheba for just a second. Maybe you'd come over and help me drywall over the window that looks down on my neighbor's yard. That would be a good start. That might be a way to do it. I can't resist this temptation of shooting my neighbor's cat. This is a weird illustration, I understand. Cat lovers, I was gonna say I apologize, but okay, I apologize. I'm kidding. Dog people clap there for a second. I'm telling you, there are things you could do. You could talk about my rifle. So where do you get this rifle in the middle of the night to shoot your neighbor's cat? And where do you get the ammo for it? Do you load that? Tell me. Well, yeah, I like to keep it just right there next to the window. And I always keep it loaded because you never know. I might see a cat that irritates me and fall to the temptation. Make no provision for that. Caltrans is great at blocking off-ramps. Have you noticed how good they are at that? This project will be finished in 2062, right? Sorry, if you work for Caltrans, I'm offending everyone. Cat people, Caltrans workers. But they're good at they tell you, right? This is all blocked. They put those pylons up and they all are reflective. And it's like, don't go off this off-ramp. Well, I want to go where that off-ramp leads, right? But you're not even letting me off the off-ramp. This is how you need to view your Christian life. You know the sin that so easily entangles you, and you need to say, I need to go to war with that. And you need to think of all the things that take you there and start saying, I know it's not wrong to have a rifle next to the window. I know it's not wrong to have a window. I know it's not even wrong to glance down at my neighbor's cat. But if you can't handle that, and every time you do it, you shoot the cat, well, then we need to think about all the things that take you to that place. And let's start going to war against those. A lot of things in the Christian life will not be understood by people because you'll be saying no to things that are not wrong in and of themselves, but you know those things lead you to things that you know are wrong. And so you need to wage war against the sin by trying to deal with some of the off-ramps.